Hello, the internet. I'm Merz, and today's topic is extended technique on the trumpet. So I promise we'll get around to the balloons. But first, let's talk about what is extended technique. Extended technique doesn't mean balloons, okay? Extended technique just means using your instrument in a way that it wasn't intended to be used. It's not the conventional way of playing an instrument, but it's something a little bit out of the ordinary. I'm going to show you some top secret tips on how to play your trumpet that your teacher will never show you. Let's get started. So let's talk about two things that are not extended technique. If you play your C scale, and then you pull out your tuning slide a half step, whoop, woo, about there-ish. And then I play it again. Then what you just played was the B scale. And that's a tricky thing you could do if you were a dishonest person in an audition. Never do that. And plus, the judges can tell when people do that. It's not very tricky. So that's not extended technique because you're playing your instrument the exact same way. You've just adjusted your tuning slide, shall we say, more than normal. What about mutes? Do these count as extended technique because you're changing the sound of your instrument? I don't think that counts either because you're still playing your instrument in the conventional way. You're just changing the timbre by adding something to the bell. Let's talk about a couple of really great extended techniques every trumpet player should know. The horse whinny, one of the most important orchestral excerpts of all time. If you can get a good horse whinny, then you will be the first principal player of every orchestra in the entire world. So here's what you need to know. You push down your valves halfway. But you don't want it to sound like that, so you want to shake. And then you also want to change the pitch going from high to low. But the secret of the horse whinny, and by the way, I know this because in my research, I listened to probably hours and hours of horses whinnying. And after a while, they start to get really creepy and you'll probably get nightmares. So do not listen to too many horses whinny in a row because it's really a disturbing sound. But what I noticed is that the lower shakes are the most important for that horse sound. So you can start high, but really dig in on the low ones. Let's try that. You hear that? A little bit better. Let me try a couple more takes. You can also experiment with which valve combinations work better. Maybe just 1 and 2. Not stuffy enough. Let me add the third valve in there. A little too stuffy. Let's try 2 and 3. I don't know, something like that. So I'll keep practicing. I mean, it's been a long time since anybody had a sleigh ride performance, so who's been keeping up their excerpts on the horse whinny? Anyway, that's a great skill to learn. Let's move on. Your band directors love this one. You can take your mouthpiece and you can blow across it like a bottle or a flute player and create your own little mini noisemaker. They love it. Do it in the middle of class and get your entire band to join in. Any brass player with a mouthpiece can do this. So you have 3 different pitches with this instrument on our extended technique. Pretty cool, huh? They should write a song for that. Speaking of mouthpieces, band directors hate it when I tell people about this trick. They tell you not to hit your mouthpiece because it's going to get stuck and they'll have to get it out with their little cranky tool. And band directors are cranky, so they like cranky tools. Now, what band directors don't want you to do is to have any fun. That's why they tell you not to do that, because it's actually really fun. And as long as you're careful, it's not going to get stuck. Just don't hit it as hard as you can, okay? Just a little bit, and twist it every once in a while. But check it out. You can move your valves and play a song. Let's see if we can hear it. That was a chromatic scale. What's another good one? Mary Had a Little Lamb. Here's another extended technique for you. if you listen carefully into the bell, you can hear the theme from Rocky. So here's a great one. The trumpet is a percussion instrument. If you unscrew your valve caps just a tad, you get a clicky sound. You can make a beat with that. Not a lot of people know about this next one, but there's actually a code to unlock the double high C. I'm only going to tell this once, so listen carefully. 2, 1, 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, third valve slide, first valve slide, all of them down together. If you can do that, you can play the high C. Now, as you saw earlier, you can blow up a balloon with your trumpet. So let's say I want to use my third valve to blow up a balloon. I'll just go ahead and detach my third valve slide. Won't be needing that. Let's see, what color should we do? Let's go with red. Now, I gotta decide which one of these do I put it on. Now, you could blow through it and feel where the air's coming through. And that'll tell you, oh, the air's leaving the top. So I'll just slide that on there. Make sure you get it far enough on so it doesn't come off. Now, if I blow regularly, the air is just coming out of the bell. But if I were to play my third valve, now as long as I leave my third valve up, it'll stay. But whenever I depress my third valve, I can get as big as I want to. Pretty cool. And I can do that with any of my valves. Now, while we're on the subject of third valves, let's go ahead and leave it off for now. Let's take a squeaker toy. I cut this out of a little dog toy. And some electrical tape if you need it. And you want to create a little seal around your squeaker toy that is the perfect size to fit inside the bottom of your third valve slide. I like to do the bottom because the air is going this way, and if it did get blown, it'll get blown into the valve casing area, which is a lot easier to get off than in this area. Let's go ahead and put it back in. All right. So I can play normally with my first two valves. But when I do my third valve, it doesn't take a lot of air. But if you make your face look like you're working hard, people might think you can actually play high notes. Whew! Let's take that a step further. Let's say I have the squeaker in my third valve, and I also want to add a balloon. Let me take off my second valve, and let's put a balloon here on the bottom of the second valve. All right, let's see if we can make this work. Let's blow it up. See, I don't have to hold down anything. So now I've got an air supply for my squeaker. Second valve air, third valve squeaker. It's hilarious. Okay, let's try something. Your band director is gonna love that. Well, I hope some of these extended techniques on the trumpet helped you become a better performer, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video.